Good afternoon. It's an honor to serve you today. My name's Greg Crabb, and I've come to serve you with over 3 decades of experience in cybersecurity, focused on protecting national critical infrastructure from sophisticated cyber threats. Why do I use the term serve? During my tenure as a 25-year federal law enforcement officer, I began every shift by saying the numbers 10-8. 10-8 is the law enforcement radio code meaning in service. Service is so important to me, I made it the brand of my company. During the last 6 years of my government service, I was the Chief Information Security Officer for the U.S. Postal Service. It was my responsibility to assure the security of mail and packages for 160 million addresses every day. I found this to be an awesome responsibility. As a third-generation government employee, government service is near and dear to my heart. I'm so grateful for what you do each day to serve your communities. 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to draw my pension and rebrand as a cybersecurity consultant. Now I guide leaders like you through transformational initiatives to safeguard technology assets against both domestic and international cyber threats. Today, I'm here to talk about a topic that's vitally important to our collective security: threat-informed defense. It's not just a methodology, it's a necessity in today's ever-evolving cyber landscape. Our objectives for today's session are: 1, deepen our understanding of threat-informed defense and its significance in assuring our cyber resilience. 2, explore the 6 practical steps necessary to implement and master this strategy effectively across your regulatory context, which is pivotal to our economic and national stability. And 3, invite you to continue this discussion, to join me to dive into each of the 6 steps of mastering threat intelligence. This initiative is designed to serve, educate, and empower you to transform this framework into practical, actionable strategies to support your mission. With your roles in driving cybersecurity for state-regulated insurance entities, you face unique challenges. Whether it's assuring compliance, managing risks, or leading incident response, your work is critical to regulating institutions and protecting every policyholder reliant upon your vigilance. So let's embark on this journey today, enhancing our capabilities to anticipate, understand, and mitigate cyber threats effectively. I want to share a story about why I know these 6 steps are vitally important. Have your cyber investment requests ever been challenged? At the Postal Service, we had a disciplined approach to investments, and for every major investment, leaders had to share the concepts of investment requests that were to be developed in an ideation presentation. In early 2017, I made such a presentation to the Investment Review Committee. I would be developing a request for several $100 million to expand my cybersecurity practice. During the presentation, our CFO stated that his colleague at FedEx was not spending as much on security as I was asking for. He asked that I benchmark with FedEx. I assured him that I would benchmark our spend and report back to him when we brought the official request forward. 2 weeks later, my threat intelligence team applied what we refer to as the 6 steps to threat intelligence to proactively fortify our defenses by, number 1, understanding the threats we faced. In this case, it was the hacking group called shadow brokers. 2, we defined the intelligence that we needed about the Windows exploit called Eternal Blue that had been stolen from the U.S. intelligence community, knowing that we could not withstand an attack of an exploit of that vulnerability. 3, we prioritized our 200,000 Windows devices, collecting information on the shadow brokers hacking group. And we knew how to communicate, which is the 5th step, to escalate and immediately patch those critical vulnerabilities. We took immediate action, but by applying these steps and knowing our livelihoods depended upon applying the patches. Another 2 weeks later, in May of 2017, the world witnessed one of the most aggressive cyber attacks in history, the WannaCry attack. This malicious software spread across 150 countries, impacting a massive number of computers and causing billions in financial losses. Hospitals, banks, telecommunications, and numerous other sectors were crippled, demonstrating not just the technical prowess of the hackers, but the global vulnerabilities in our connected systems. If my team had not applied the 6 steps leading to patching our vulnerabilities, we would have been woefully vulnerable to the attack. When WannaCry struck, we watched many organizations fall victim, but not us. Our vigilance at USPS highlighted a critical oversight that many organizations missed. Unfortunately for us, our business partner FedEx did not act on the threat intelligence. The attacks of WannaCry and NotPetya cost FedEx over $400 million. Although 2 weeks prior, my organization had been less prepared than FedEx, using the 6 steps of threat intelligence, I saved my organization hundreds of millions of dollars by simply acting quickly to patch our 200,000 Windows devices. As a solid business partner over the next several months, I helped guide our business partner, FedEx, specifically their CIO and CISO, in applying these threat-informed defense steps in their organization, and we conducted joint tabletop exercises. Back to my investment request. Of course, my CFO did his due diligence, but he didn't question the full investment request upon submission. This is why I am so passionate about sharing this 6-step methodology with you. I know I can guide you in applying these same steps to obtain similar results to prevent attacks, effectively manage risk, and support your constituents. This incident magnifies the core of today's discussion: threat-informed defense, a proactive strategy that goes beyond mere reaction to potential threats. But for you, as regulators and protectors of the insurance sector, it illustrates the necessity of fostering not just compliance, but comprehensive resilience strategies across all your touch points. These are the 6 steps to master threat intelligence that should be applied to protect every organization. These steps are designed to transform your approach from being reactive to proactive, ensuring you are ready, responsive, and resilient. These steps are designed to guide organizations in building a resilient, threat-informed defense strategy. Number 1, identify your threats. Understand the types of cyber threats and their potential impact on your organization. 2, define your intelligence needs. Determine the specific intelligence your organization requires to prevent or mitigate these threats. 3, prioritize your assets. At the corporate level, identify the assets that are critical to your operations or revenues. At the regulatory level, the assets that represent your regulated independent entities and states' critical infrastructure. 4, collect information, gathering relevant data from a variety of sources to inform your security posture. 5, decide and communicate, making informed decisions based on this intelligence and effectively communicating them to relevant stakeholders. And 6, improve, continuously reviewing the effectiveness of your intelligence approach to refine security measures. Through today's presentation, I aim to help you define the importance of each step in enhancing your cybersecurity framework and encourage you to participate in our free cohort that begins tomorrow and will meet for the next 6 Tuesdays to apply each step in your regulatory context. The cyber threats we face are increasing in sophistication. FBI Director Christopher Wray's recent remarks serve as a stark reminder of the urgency and necessity for robust cyber defense mechanisms. Director Wray has explicitly highlighted the persistent threat posed by state actors, particularly pointing out China's aggressive and pervasive cyber espionage activities. These activities are not just isolated, but are part of a broader strategy to infiltrate, steal, and compromise vital American interests, including those within all critical infrastructure sectors across your regulatory context. This second statement from Director Wray telegraphs the critical need to adopt a threat-informed defense approach. I could not have scripted his words better to explain this immediate need to apply these 6 steps. This strategy isn't merely about defense, but is a proactive posture that integrates detailed intelligence about potential threats into our everyday security strategies. It compels us to be ready, responsive, and resilient, not just reacting to incidents as they occur, but anticipating and preparing for them. Why is this relevant to you? As stewards of the cybersecurity readiness and compliance within your insurance sector, you hold the dual responsibility of not only safeguarding the interests of millions of policyholders and constituents, but also ensuring the financial health of the institutions you oversee. Your role is critical in molding policies that not only react to breaches, but also prevent them. By embedding a threat-informed mindset into your operations, you are enhancing your capability to shield your constituents from potential catastrophic cyber events that could destabilize the insurance market and, by extension, the financial security of countless Americans. Director Ray's comments aren't just warnings, they're a call to action. They're an invitation for all of us here to elevate our practices, to think beyond conventional defensive controls, and to ensure that every layer of our cybersecurity framework is informed by the most accurate and timely intelligence available. As we proceed today, let's keep this in the forefront of our discussions and strategies, aiming not just to meet standards, but to set them and ensure that the insurance sector remains a bastion of stability in an unpredictable cyber landscape. Our current cybersecurity landscape has witnessed significant disruptions, exemplified by the devastating attacks on Snowflake and CDK Global. These cloud incidents highlight the crucial necessity for a robust, proactive approach to cybersecurity, a theme central to our discussion today. Let's talk about the Snowflake incident. Snowflake, a prominent cloud-based data warehousing company, experienced security breaches that highlighted the vulnerability associated with cloud services. Although Snowflake contends these breaches aren't due to inherent flaws within their platform, but rather compromised customer credentials, this situation brings to the forefront the debate on the responsibility of cloud providers like Snowflake to enforce stringent security measures, such as mandatory 2-factor authentication and advanced behavioral monitoring. These breaches serve as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of not implementing rigorous security practices, especially in platforms hosting sensitive and valuable data. Now let's turn to CDK. Similarly, CDK Global, a provider of technology solutions to automotive dealerships, fell victim to a ransomware attack that significantly disrupted its operations, by extension, those of 15,000 dealership clients. This incident vividly illustrates the cascading effects of cybersecurity vulnerabilities in one entity impacting the broader ecosystem. Automotive dealerships suffered interruptions in their sales, services, and operations, showing the critical need for comprehensive risk management and business continuity. If these organizations can't sell cars, that has a significant national economic impact. So in this crucial first step, we focus on identifying and understanding potential threats, drawing from real-time data sources such as the FBI's I3C3 alerts and open source reporting. For instance, the recent Snowflake breaches highlighted the challenge of credential compromises and the need for robust identity management practices. By staying updated with alerts and reports, you can better prepare for similar vulnerabilities within your regulatory domain, ensuring the insurance community under your watch are forewarned and armed against emerging threats. It's important for you to identify the threats that can most impact your constituents. Have you clearly defined what threat intelligence means for your organizational context? Defining what intelligence you need involves pinpointing specific data that will bolster your cybersecurity framework. This slide focuses on the fundamental risk equation. There's 2 points that I want to make on this slide. Number one, threat is the most volatile component of this risk equation. The actions of threat actors have the greatest impact on the cyber risks across your regulatory landscape. And the second point is priority intelligence requirements. They help you focus your attention. Well-defined intelligence requirements inform the threats, such as ransomware, the control objectives, such as identifying incidents, and timeline, such as last 30 days, for effectively monitoring intelligence. This step is crucial, especially in light of incidents like CDK Global's ransomware attack, which undermines consumer confidence, cascading effects of security lapses in our cloud infrastructure. Understanding the types of controls help you tailor your intelligence gathering to both be strategic and effective. Do you have well-defined priority intelligence requirements, and are they operationalized? Prioritizing. Determining which assets are crucial and must be protected first is a pivotal task. In a company, asset prioritization involves aligning with where your most critical assets are and where your administrative controls are implemented. In your regulatory context, we could view prioritization differently, ensuring your insurance ecosystem prioritizes risk management for critical infrastructure and industry sector administration. This prioritization becomes particularly salient considering the vulnerabilities such as those exposed with customers in Snowflake, for example. How effective are you at assessing new intelligence based on the prioritized assets and functions in your organizational context? Collect and analyze. This step, represented by this funnel, involves gathering and synthesizing information from a multitude of sources, including multi-state ISAC and open source intelligence and industry alerts. The analysis of the CDK Global ransomware attack provides a pertinent example. When viewed through the lens of a defined priority intelligence requirement, it allows us to understand how the attack was orchestrated and propagated, offering insights into potential vulnerabilities and preparing us to develop more robust risk assessment and threat mitigation strategies. These are 6 examples of the types of analysis that can be conducted with proper threat intelligence. Do you have systemic processes for collecting data from multiple sources, and are you able to draw actionable insights from your threat intelligence? Decide and communicate. Making informed decisions based on collected intelligence and communicating these decisions effectively is crucial. The CDK Global incident demonstrates the necessity of swift decision-making and clear communication with all stakeholders, especially when managing the repercussions of a ransomware attack that affects thousands of businesses. Your role involves advising on these decisions and ensuring they're communicated clearly to maintain trust and compliance across your regulatory domain. These are the few of the types of decision and communication tools that can be applied to effectively assure your interests. Do you have protocols in place for swift decision-making and communication based on threat intelligence? The final step focuses on continuously enhancing your threat intelligence capabilities. To improve your approach, reflect on the lessons that we've learned from WannaCry, Snowflake, and CDK. Learning from these incidents could significantly reduce the risk of similar incidents. This improved step is about turning insights into action, ensuring that every lesson translates into stronger defenses for your jurisdiction. Are you looking to improve your use of threat intelligence, your own skills and abilities, processes, and technology? As we conclude today's session on threat-informed defense, I'd like to extend an invitation to each of you to deepen your understanding and application of these critical principles through a unique opportunity. Join us today for our free 6 Steps to Mastery course, an exclusive cohort tailored for you, state government insurance commissioners, cybersecurity practitioners. Act today so you can join our cohort. Tomorrow, I'll host an introductory call within our 10.8 Cyber Arena. This course is designed to enhance your capabilities to safeguard the insurance sector you diligently oversee. Each step has a specific online content for you to consume at your leisure. We'll convene weekly for 30 minutes, focusing on each meeting on one of the 6 steps to mastering threat intelligence. And then these sessions are structured to cater specifically to your needs as state regulators and industry professionals, ensuring that the content is directly applicable to your day-to-day responsibilities and challenges. Why should you participate? Number 1, we'll enhance your threat response strategies. Each session aims to equip you with advanced strategies and tools to improve your threat response capabilities. Given the increasing complexity and frequency of cyber threats, staying ahead with the most efficient techniques is essential for protecting sensitive customer information and the financial stability of the insurance companies within your jurisdiction. Number 2, current event analysis. We'll not only cover theoretical aspects, but also delve into current incidents, such as the attacks on Snowflake and the CDK Global organization. This real-time analysis in what we call our Intel Center will help you apply learned principles to current events, enhancing your ability to navigate and mitigate emerging threats. And 3, threat-informed networking. By participating in this course, we'll connect you with peers across the states and industry, focusing on a community of practice that supports shared learning and collaboration. These connections can be valuable as we work together to elevate threat-informed cybersecurity standards and practices across the insurance sector. This course is a strategic resource tailored to help you meet the demands of your role, ensuring you're well prepared to handle the complexities of today's cybersecurity challenges. Join us to transform the way you understand and tackle cyber threats, ensure robust protection for your constituents you serve, and the critical infrastructure within your oversight. I want to serve you, imparting all of my knowledge and experience to strengthen your application of these principles, and I want us to learn together to improve your regulatory context. Please sign up today, secure your free spot in the 6 Steps to Mastery course within the 10.8 Cyber Arena, and join me tomorrow to take the first step towards a more secure and resilient future for our insurance sector. Thank you for your attention and your commitment to cybersecurity excellence. I can't wait to meet you personally and serve you by providing tools that make you ready, responsive, and resilient.